There's one day in your life that shapes your future more than any other. It's not the day you graduate. It's not the day you land your dream job. It's not even the day you finally succeed. It's the day you don't feel like it. You know that day. The morning alarm rings, it's time to get up, but the bed is just so comfy. You look at your to-do list and think, I'll do it tomorrow. Leaving it today won't hurt. But here's the truth. Your future isn't built on the days when you feel unstoppable. It's built on the days when everything feels like an effort, but you keep going anyway. Most people quit on those days. They wait for motivation to return. But a small minority of people push through. And that tiny choice when you're having a bad day is what separates those who build lives they're proud of from those who never move forward. This video is about that day, why it matters, why it feels so hard, and most importantly, how to win it. We live in a culture obsessed with motivation. The message is simple. If you can stay motivated, you'll succeed. But that is not true. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. It's just like the weather. Some days it's bright and sunny, and other days it's stormy. If your progress depends on motivation alone, your life becomes unpredictable. You'll show up when you feel good and disappear when you don't. Think about the gyms in January. On the first week, they're packed. Everyone's motivated. But by February, half of those people are gone because the motivation has faded. Motivation is just an emotion. And like every emotion, it's not designed to last. Discipline, on the other hand, doesn't care how you feel. Discipline is showing up when you're tired, when you're unmotivated, when the weather's bad, and when nobody's watching. That's why the people we admire most, the athletes, writers, and leaders, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Motivation is the spark, but discipline is the engine. And until you understand that, you'll keep stalling the moment things get hard. So why does it feel so hard to act when motivation is gone? The answer isn't that you're weak or lazy. The answer is biology. For thousands of years, humans survived by conserving energy. Food was scarce, life was uncertain. Your brain evolved to help you save energy and stay comfortable. That wiring still lives inside you today. It's the same reason you procrastinate, avoid workouts, or choose the sofa over the hard task. Your brain's protecting you from what it still thinks of as danger, effort, discomfort, risk. Then there's dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good brain chemical that spikes in anticipation of a reward. That's why the idea of starting something feels exciting. But as soon as the effort begins, dopamine drops. This is why motivation collapses so fast. The system is built to get you moving, but not to keep you going. But fear not. You can change this wiring. Each time you push through resistance, you prove to your brain that effort doesn't kill you. Do it enough and the resistance weakens. So the next time you feel the urge to quit, remember, it's not weakness, it's wiring. And wiring can be changed. What's one thing your brain always tries to talk you out of? Is it a workout, studying, starting that side project? Let us know in the comments. You'll probably find someone else is fighting the exact same battle as you. Now, most people think greatness is built on the best days. It's not. It's built on the worst ones. Take Michael Jordan's flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals. By game day, Jordan was so sick he could barely stand. Trainers said he shouldn't play. He looked pale, sweating, dehydrated. No one would have blamed him for sitting out. But he stepped onto the court, played 44 minutes, scoring 38 points, and with 25 seconds left, he hit the game-winning three-pointer. That game wasn't about talent, it was about will. Jordan's legacy, the very reason people call him the greatest, isn't just about the titles he won, It's nights like that when he performed at his worst moment. Or take J.K. Rowling writing the first Harry Potter book. She was broke, living on benefits and raising a child alone. She couldn't afford heating, so she sat in cafes, pushing her baby stroller next to her table, stretching one cup of coffee for hours while she wrote. Depression made her feel like quitting, but she kept writing page by page, not because she felt inspired every day, but because she believed her story mattered. And then there's David Goggins. Years ago he ran a 100-mile race with almost no preparation. By mile 70 his legs were broken down, he was urinating blood, his body screaming to stop. Most people would have quit, but not this guy. He taped his feet, stood up and kept going until he finished. Why? Because he didn't want to be the man who quit. His why was stronger than his pain. These stories are extreme, but the principle is the same for you and me. The moments people remember, the ones that define legacies, aren't the days when everything was easy. They're the days when everything said quit, and they didn't. What's your version of the flu game? A time you kept going when most people would have quit? Share it with us in the comments. Now, did you know that every habit you have today, good or bad, was built the same way? Repetition. Your brain laid down a pathway, and with each repeat, that pathway got stronger. The first time you push through a workout when you're tired, the resistance is loud. The second time, still loud. The 10th time, quieter. By the 100th time, almost silent. That's because you've trained your brain to act even when you don't feel like it. The technical term is neuroplasticity, but you don't need the science to see the truth. Practice makes identity. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't debate that every night. You just do it. Why? Because the pathway is so strong, the act is automatic. Discipline works the same way. At first it feels forced. Over time it becomes part of you. That's how you rewire your brain. One rep at a time. Discipline is the engine, but your purpose, your why, is the fuel. Without it, even the strongest engine eventually runs out. This is why so many people quit. They start with excitement, they set goals, they build routines, but their why isn't strong. They want to get fit for summer or make a little extra money. But when discomfort comes, and it always comes, a why that isn't strong collapses. Compare that with someone whose why is deeper. The parent who trains they can run with their kids. The survivor who refuses to slip back into a dark past. The competitor who wants to test the edges of what's possible. Purpose transforms suffering into meaning, and meaning beats comfort every single time. So how do you find your own why? Ask yourself, why do I want this? And why does this matter? Keep asking until you hit something emotional, something that feels bigger than you. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's proving something to yourself. Maybe it's leaving something behind for your family. Whatever it is, write it down. Make it visible. Look at it on the days you don't feel like it. Because the truth is, your why won't always motivate you, but it will always remind you why quitting isn't an option. What's your why? Is it freedom, family, proving something to yourself? Let us know in the comments. So purpose is the fuel, but fuel still needs tools. When it's 6 a.m. and you're staring at your running shoes, you need something practical to help you move. Philosophy and inspiration matter, but tools are what get you out the door. Here are 5 that work. 1. Habit stacking. Take something you already do automatically and attach the new habit to it. After brushing your teeth, do 10 push-ups. After pouring coffee, write 1 paragraph. This works because your brain already recognizes the first action as a cue. Adding something small to it makes the new habit stick with far less effort. 2. Remove choice. Set fixed times for your habits. Don't decide daily. If your workout is 7 AM, then it's 7 AM. No debate. This works because every decision you make burns willpower. By removing choice and the need to think about it, you protect your energy for doing, not deciding. 3. Environment design. Set up your environment so that the right thing is easy and the wrong thing is hard. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Keep your phone in another room when you're working. This works because humans follow the path of least resistance. If the easy option is the one that leads to progress in your life, you'll make progress. 4. Accountability. Tell someone what you're doing. Better yet, promise to show them proof. This works because we'll often quit on ourselves before we quit in front of others. Social pressure strengthens discipline. 5. The minimum rule. On the worst days when you really don't feel like doing anything, just do the smallest version of the habit. 1 push-up, 1 sentence, 1 page. Why does this work? Because momentum matters more than intensity. Zero work breaks the chain, whereas even a small amount of work on a bad day keeps the chain intact and the momentum going. These tools are the foundations of consistency. They're how you get through the days that define you. Now, discipline isn't really about what you do, it's about who you become. Every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to be. Writing 1 page is a vote for I'm a writer. Doing 1 workout is a vote for I'm an athlete. Each discipline choice reinforces identity. This is why the minimum rule is so powerful. Even tiny actions keep the identity alive. 0 is the danger. 0 breaks the chain. 0 makes you start over. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you gather evidence that you can trust yourself. Over time, that evidence builds into unshakable confidence. And once identity takes over, showing up is no longer something that needs to be forced. It's simply who you are. There's a myth that success comes from big dramatic leaps, but really it comes from tiny wins stacked over time. Think about saving money. 1 deposit doesn't make you rich, but consistent deposits, even small ones, grow with interest until they change everything. Discipline works the same way. Each time you show up on a low motivation day, you're making a deposit into your self-trust account. You might not see the result that day, but over months and years the effect compounds into transformation. That's why you can't underestimate the power of small wins. 1 workout doesn't transform your body. 1 page doesn't create a book. But one after another, day after day, adds up into something extraordinary. In this video, we've discussed all the tools needed to win the day you don't feel like it. And that day is the one that decides your future. At some point soon, you'll wake up on that day. Your body will feel heavy, your brain will give you 1,000 reasons to stop. But you'll remember this. That day is the one that counts. Motivation is the spark, discipline is the engine, purpose is the fuel. When motivation dies, discipline takes the wheel. And that's when you stop being ordinary. Because your life isn't built on your best days, it's built on the days you don't feel like it. Thanks for watching, and if this video helped you, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button for weekly content.